Okay, so I'm Sally Probst, and I teach Family and Consumer Science at Sparta High School.
Okay, wonderful. Um, Today we're going to talk about the classroom projection system and how you use it, how often you use it, the things you like about it, the things you don't like, those kinds of things. Okay? So, how often would you say you use the full class projection system?
Every day, every hour, every day.
During the class period, how long do you say you use it? Most of the hour, half the hour, less?
Probably a third of the hour.
Okay. Of that system, which piece do you think is the most important for you? Which piece would you not be able to operate without?
The computer.
Okay. And which piece do you feel is the least useful?
I don't know, because I think that I use them all probably equally.
Okay.
Ideally, I'd like to do without the overhead projector, because it is bulky and because it is old looking.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm kind of back in the dark ages using it, but as we've kind of talked, I need to, just because of the positioning of it.
Because your classroom is not set up in a way that
Right.
works with your teaching style and your
Right.
students' learning style.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever use the Elmo?
Yes.
Okay. How often do you use it?
I use it every day. I use it first thing every day with the early work for students, but then I probably use it at least one other time during the classroom as well. 'Cause I kind of go back and forth between the overhead and the Elmo.
Oh, okay.
But I don't spend a lot of time on the Elmo because, again, as we talked about positioning, it's just, I feel like I'm away from the
Okay.
students.
Do you think the Elmo is a good replacement for the overhead? If it were, for example, if it were in a better position in your classroom, would you view that as a good replation for the overhead?
Yes, yeah, as long as I can write, because I like to write things as I'm talking about them to students. With the overhead, I can do that. I can put a transparency up there and write and show things, whereas on the Elmo, I could too with a piece of paper, which I have done, but it's just because of the position. If I had it right up front, I'd be fine with it.
Okay, okay. So if it were up front, do you think you would use it more than you do now?
I think so. Sometimes the Elmo's not as clear as when I use a transparency and write on it, so I think that that's
Why,
probably not
what do you mean not as clear?
It's not as precise, and that just might be the lighting in the room that isn't good
Okay.
on the Elmo.
Have you ever used the light that's on the Elmo?
Yeah.
Does that seem to make it better?
You know, like I've tried turning the lights out and just putting that on, that doesn't help. Usually if I put on all the lights, that seems to help. There's another bank of lights that goes on top of this.
Okay.
It just gives more light to the whole surface, and
Right.
that seems to work better too, but then the room is really, really bright.
Then
And the
kids
kids
can't
would say,
sleep.
It's really bright in here.
Oh, that's
dear.
funny. That's funny. Okay, thank you.